one of the women in the audience shouted, "Why are you single?" I laughed and I went, that's funny, okay. So anyway, and then another person shouted, no, why are you single? And then the audience just started erupting, just shouting this question at me. No one would let me move on.
Did it feel aggressive, or did it feel loving or playful, or a little blend of both?
Oh, it felt like they demanded an answer. Like, how can you be the person that talks about this and you're still single? Like, it just, people were like, I need to know. Like, we have you here.
Yes.
You can't avoid it now. So many people's experiences, more and more of their friends are getting paired off. They feel like they're left on the shelf. They're starting to question whether it's ever going to happen for them. And that's a scary place to be.
Definitely a hot take, but I don't think relationships should be equal. Speaking in general, men and women have different strengths, and that's why partnerships work. I really don't think that relationships should be equal. I don't think I should be working and he should be working and we should be making the same amount of money and doing the same chores, and I don't think that works. And I'm definitely not saying don't work and be submissive to your partner. That's not it at all. Just focus on your strengths. My boyfriend takes care of, he's like a manly man in a sense, takes care of things, happy to do it. I'm a total mama at heart. I love making sure that people that I love are taken care of and things go smoothly for them. And that's not saying that things aren't going on in my life. I still do my own shit and also take care of people. I also think it's really important to let a man be a man. If he wants to pay for something or he wants to do something, let him, okay? Just let him. It fuels his ego. And it's really not to say that you can't do it. It's just let a man be a man.
Do you know why a girl with no legs can't play soccer? It's because she's a girl.
Hey man, we got challenged by the little track team to run a little 4-on-1. Football players versus track team. Got my boy Thenge running second leg, I'm running first leg. TB running third leg, Odom running fourth leg. Who we here with?
The Jamaicans. I'm Shelly and Fraser Price.
Okay, what leg are you?
Y'all see me in the race.
So do y'all think y'all gonna win? That's all I wanna know.
Yeah.
Do you think you gonna win?
Hello, I'm Veronica Campbell. I'm feeling real fast today. We're gonna win.
What's
your name? I'm Shelly and Fraser. I'm Shelly and Fraser. That's my twin. I just haven't got there execute today.
So do y'all think y'all gonna win?
Oh yeah, Elaine Thompson.
Hey TC, I just wanna know.
I'm just here to shoot the gun, man.
Fifi, who you think gonna win though?
My team Jamaica.
She don't even sound confident. Damn. Come on! Come on! Okay! Come on! I am not running that far!
Modern women often expect men to be feminists, balancing traditional roles with modern expectations. However, they often neglect domestic duties due to their own commitments and priorities, leading to tension.
And then complaining that they're not getting enough of the man's money. And you're looking at her like, you dingbat. First of all, nobody wants you out here on the dating market. I hate to break it to you. What? You FOMO'd at 50 and you got kids, don't nobody want you. And on the other side, it's you would have had more money if you stayed with him. Okay? If you file for divorce and you don't get a payout, the only people that are going to be advocating for you and being no, you need to take him, sis. Get him for everything. Those are some toxic women. Probably narcissistic women.
I was very surprised to see that when I did a poll asking for those who had been divorced, whether or not they regretted divorcing their other half, 25 to 30% on both Twitter and Instagram said yes, they did regret their divorces. And I thought, wow, I thought it would be much lower. Maybe 10% of people were upset that they had gotten divorced, but 25% is a high number. I think it signals to the rest of you, maybe you're in a marriage, you're going through a rough patch, really think through it. The grass is not always greener.
Modern women regret getting divorced from their husbands, as the prospect of independence and personal fulfillment may seem appealing. The reality of life after divorce can include loneliness and unexpected difficulties, as women miss the financial and emotional support their husbands provided.
And it's like all this stress and anxiety. I'm dealing with that, and also like not having my husband. How different everything is. Tomorrow's Christmas, and I'm just crying because of how hard it's been. And I feel like I'm trying to prove to myself that I can be strong this year. It's really like painful dealing with the loss of everything and simultaneously dealing with these like family reconnections that like I haven't spent Christmas with my family in 10 years maybe, I don't know. Maybe less, I don't know. And it's like all this stress and anxiety. I'm dealing with that, and also like not having my husband. How different everything is. I just feel like I've been like advocating for myself for the last like 2 days, like standing up for myself, dealing with so many questions and comments, having to retell the story of what happened. So many people asking me if he cheated on me and having to tell them that he did. It's Christmas, I don't want to talk about that. I get that people are curious, but I just feel like I'm just trying to survive through the holidays. But it's so hard talking about all the things that he did. And how much pain I went through. Like, I didn't want to be alone this Christmas, so I'm with my family, and it's so hard. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to be strong, but it's so hard.
I personally think that men are basically all the same. Men just want a nice, sweet, supportive woman. You don't even have to be that beautiful. Like, don't be fat, like go to the gym, eat healthy, put a little bit of makeup on, not too much. But ultimately, men just want a supportive, kind, sweet woman. He's gonna go out there, take on the world, do all these difficult things, and he just wants to go home and know that there's peace, there's food on the table, the house is clean. It's really not that difficult. All men want the same thing.
The dating scene can be intimidating, and finding a new partner can be difficult. Loneliness and the challenges of getting back into the dating scene often replace the exhilaration of independence. Recognizing the value of mutual support and companionship in a marriage is crucial, highlighting the importance of open communication and working to resolve issues before separation. Financial difficulties can make it difficult for women to maintain the same standard of living for their children as before the divorce.
Women initiate about 75% of divorces. And there are multiple reasons for that. What one reason is that women are higher in trait neuroticism. They're more sensitive to negative emotion. So they feel more units of negative emotion subjectively per unit of stress. That's a way of thinking about it. And so they get unhappy faster. Now, why is that? Well, the jury's out on that, but some possible reasons. It seems to kick in at puberty because it's not true for boys and girls. They're smaller, their upper bodies aren't as strong, they're not likely to win physical contests, especially with men, especially with tough men, despite the Marvel movie.
What is a time where you felt that you failed that you learned a valuable lesson from?
That's such a hard question. Getting divorced was a big lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come? What happened?
For a long time, you know, like in your 20s and 30s, like getting married was a big goal, and I got married. And then I realized that that's not everything. And what I learned through being married was that knowing who you are, knowing your values, and knowing your non-negotiables is so much more important than anything else. It could be more important than the person that you love. And that was a huge lesson for me.
So do you think you didn't know yourself before getting married?
I think I didn't really know how important my values were to me before I got married.
What is true love like, in your opinion?
When I find out, I'll let you know.
Why did it not work, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I wanted to work so much that I was willing to overlook aspects of him and myself that didn't align with my true values. And that's why it didn't work.
The decision to end the marriage is deeply regrettable, as it highlights the stability and support it once provided.
Are you married?
I am indeed, yes. I've been twice married. My first marriage was a real catastrophe. It lasted about a year and a half, and this one is very solid, over 20 years.
What's the biggest lesson that you learned from your first marriage and the divorce?
I think you really need to love yourself and like your own company, because otherwise you're always looking for that piece of the jigsaw puzzle to complete you when you should be complete to begin with. I find today people are getting together for the wrong reasons. We measure up people in terms of what they own, what they do for a living, how can they provide, how can they, make my life easier. They don't ask the hard questions. Do you want children? Where do you want to live? Where do you aspire to be? You have to talk about that before you commit to see if it's really what you both want, because when you fall in love, you don't think things through very clearly, and there's a lot of, infatuation involved, and there might be a physical attraction, but that's not what keeps people together. When the attraction is gone, what's left? What's left?
I'm divorced. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month because he's not working. Because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license, so technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week approximately is how many hours he works per week. Grown man. Grown, able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about. Says he works 15 hours a week, which I think is kind of a high estimate. I'd put it more at like 0 hours per week. So $326 a month for 2 kids. Fun, right? And this is after I was super gracious and let him keep his parenting time. The guardian ad litem recommended 0 parenting time for dad.
The woman now has to face the reality that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, especially when considering her financial situation and responsibilities as a parent. The difficulties of managing all household and childcare responsibilities alone. And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.